Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about 7 tips on for when you move out on your own for the very first time. So this is just tips and advice from my experiences over the years and things I've learned over the years. So I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. The first tip I have is don't rush it. Um when I first moved out, I believe I was 22, 23. Um, and me and my father, we didn't have a bad relationship. He was a little strict, um, you know, but it wasn't nothing bad where I just had to move out. He didn't kick me out. Matter of fact, he didn't even want me to move out. Um, but I just wanted it to grow up so fast. I saw a few other girls that I went to school with or whatever. They got their own cute apartments, and I just wanted to be on my own. Um, but I didn't have to move out. Um, but what I mean is, like, if you have a good relationship with your parents or whoever you're living with, it's not a bad place to live. Don't rush moving out. Don't rush it, especially if you're only 18, 19, 20, 21 years old. You don't have any kids or whatever. There's really no reason, especially in this economy, there's no reason to be in a hurry to move out and get your own apartment or your own house. Um, Now, if you are in a toxic environment, your parents abuse you or they treat you bad or something that's like that, then yeah, you might want to, be more in a hurry to move out. But if you're not in like a toxic environment, you live in a decent house or wherever you're at, there's literally is no need to rush. Take your time. Um yeah, no need to rush. Like if it's just small stuff like, oh, you still have a curfew, maybe you're 21 years old but you still have a curfew, or your parents, they expect you to go to church every Sunday and you don't want to. Small stuff like that, it's not worth moving out. In my opinion, it's not worth moving out, versus you paying your own bills. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. That's small stuff. But like I said, if you're in an abusive environment, toxic environment, then yeah, probably want to be more of a hurry to move out. But anyway, so don't rush it if it's not necessary. If it's not necessary, do not rush it. So number two I have is finish school or your goals first. If you know you want to be a nurse or a scientist or whatever, you want to get some kind of college degree or a trade or whatever it is, do that first. Don't, why make it harder on yourself? Don't get your own apartment, then you got a full-time job and you're trying to go to school at the same time. Why would you do that to yourself if it's not necessary, if you don't have to? That doesn't make no sense. I know when we get to be adults in our early 20s, we want our own little place. Especially like, I think girls, we want to decorate our own apartment. You might see friends that are your same age, they already have their own place, so you feel like you need to get one too, whatever. You want to be able to come and go as you please and stuff like that. But to me, if I can go back in time, I'd much rather have a curfew at 21, 22 years old than to be paying bills, like real bills, at 21, 22 years old, and then trying to go to school at the same time. Just, no, like, if you get your degree first, or start that business first, or whatever you're trying to do, get established first. And not just get the degree. Actually, like say if you want to become the nurse, work a couple years as a nurse first, get your money up, then go get your apartment or your house. Do it that way. That's the smartest way to do it. If you're not in a toxic environment. See, number four, number three. Which one am I on? I forgot already. Well, number three I have is get a stable career first. It's almost the same thing. It's a little different. It's different between, like, let's say you want to become a scientist. Becoming a scientist, passing the state boards, become a scientist, finishing school. but then actually working as a scientist, getting established, because you you want to have a good career before you move out on your own. And that's something I do regret. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? Become a teacher, doctor, whatever you're trying to do. Um, you don't want to move out on your own, right? And then you have a job, but it's not like it's an entry level job. It's kind of like a dead end type of job, and you hate it. You hate the job. You're underpaid, overworked, or whatever, right? But it's like you're stuck at the job now because you have rent, you have electricity, you have maybe a car payment or whatever it is. You have this apartment to take care of, cleaning products, everything is on you now. So it's like you're stuck at the job now, and you're gonna be miserable, honestly. So get established in your career first, you know, because you don't want to get the apartment, get the house, and your job starts acting funny, or your job be on some bullshit. Then it's like, oh, what do I do? I'm stuck at this job now. I'm stuck here now because I have these responsibilities. Versus if you live with your parents or whoever, maybe you're just paying your phone bill to put gas in your car. That's your only responsibility. So you can quit the job more easily. You know what I'm saying? Versus you have rent to pay now, or you have mortgage to pay, but you're working this dead end job. And you don't want to be at a job where most of your one of your paychecks, like say you get paid every 2 weeks, most of one of your paychecks is going towards your rent or your bills. Then the next paycheck is going towards gas, food, utility bill, insurance, this and that. Then it's like, especially when you're like in your early 20s, really young, you have no money left over to have fun. You can't even go to the movies. You can't go to, you got invited to go to a vacation with your friends or the club or whatever. You could barely go because you have to pay your big girl bills now, your grown adult bills now. You know what I'm saying? So finish school and get established. Not just finish school, but get established. Become a scientist or whatever you're doing for about a year or two. Find you a good career where you're like, I can see myself at this job for a while. Now, I like this job. It's a good job. It pays me well. I can see myself here for a while. So you're not stressed out like, oh my God, I have to stay at this job that I freaking hate because I have rent to pay. Does that make sense? Get established first. You know what I'm saying? 1 or 2 years, get you a foundation where you found a job where you can see yourself at for at least 3 to 4 years. Like I could see myself at this job. It's cool. I get along with the people. My manager's cool. I'm making pretty good money for myself to pay my bills and also save and enjoy life a little bit. I see myself at this job long term. Okay, let's do this. Then once you've been working at your job for a year or two, you are established at your job. Maybe you even moved up to be maybe a manager, or you got a raise, or you got some kind of higher position, a promotion at your job. You found like a home job. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is my home job. Then you go to looking for an apartment or a house. Okay, so the next one I have is number 4, emergency savings. Before you even move out, if you can, have an emergency savings. And that's simple, for emergencies. Every adult should really have one. You get a flat tire, something's going on with your car, a medical emergency. Emergencies is going to happen. It's not a if, but it's when. Especially as an adult and dealing with life or emergencies coming up. It could just be a $50 emergency. It could be a $2,000 to $5,000 emergency. You don't know. I would say, you got to start small if you don't already have a savings. Just a couple months ago, something happened with me that came up that was a over $2,000 emergency. So it's very important to have an emergency savings. So when an emergency occurs, you're not stressed out about how the hell am I going to pay for this when I have rent to pay for. When the doctor, whoever, the mechanic or whoever says, okay, ma'am, that's going to be $1,000. Here you go. And you're not stressed out about it. Here, all right, here you go. That's going to be $2,000. Here you go. Obviously, you don't want to spend the $2,000, but you're not stressed out about. Okay, oh, what'd you say, $1,000? Here you go. And that's kind of like a flex right there, where an emergency happens and you're not stressed out about it because you had that emergency savings. But I know y'all know emergency savings is for emergencies only. You need to act as if that money does not exist unless an emergency occurs. So number 5 is kind of like number 4. Have one, well, no, it's actually different. 1 year of bills saved up. So this is a little different from emergency savings. Let's say for whatever reason you get laid off, or people get fired. You get fired, or your job, anything. You want to have, if you can, have 1 year's savings up, meaning if you lost your job today, you have enough in savings where you're able to live off of this savings for at least a year. Now that's including just your basic bills. It's not saying, oh, I get to go on vacation like I normally do or extra stuff. It's just for basic everyday what you need. You need your rent paid. You need food. You need gas in your car. When people say have a 1 year of savings saved up, it's for your basic needs that you need to survive. It's not for extra stuff. It's not for you to get your nails done, get your hair done, or nothing like that. It's for your basic needs. That's what that is for. Now I know everybody probably can't do that, but start small. Like try to have 3 months saved up, then 6 months, then 8 months, and eventually you'll have that year. I want to say, to be a little realistic, have either 4 or 5 if you can't do both. At least have an emergency savings or 1 year of bills saved up. So the bottom line is, before you move out on your own, try to have a very, very good chunk of money set aside for emergencies / if you were to lose your job, which it is kind of the same thing. That would be an emergency, I guess you could say. If you out of nowhere you lost your job, that is an emergency. So I guess you could say, just have a good amount of savings saved up if you can. The ideal is at least 1 year's of savings. I would say 6 months, because you're probably going to be able to find, unless something crazy happens, you're going to be able to find another job within 6 months. Even if it's not a job that you necessarily want, most people can find another job within 6 months. So at least 6 months. At least 6 months before you move out on your own. But the ideal will be a year. Okay. See, number 6, research. What do I have? I wrote this list a while back. Research furniture. I guess I meant like to do your research before you buy furniture. So, see what's on sale. Yeah, I wrote this list a while back. I've been meaning to do this video for a long time, but I ain't got to it. Let's see. Number 7 I have is to shop at the Dollar Tree or discount stores. I like when you get in your cleaning products and stuff like that. Y'all start at Dollar Tree, even though everything is not $1 anymore. Dollar Tree is still relatively cheaper than other stores. Romanticize Dollar Tree, okay? Dollar Tree can be your best friend. Treat Dollar Tree like you can Target, unless you just got it like that. Now, if you already done the other tips and you've already established, you are a scientist, a nurse, or whatever you're already financially established, then you might not even need this tip. Then you don't really have to shop at Dollar Tree. You can go to Target or Home Goods or wherever the nice fancy stores that people love to go to. But if you are in a situation where you know what I'm saying, you want a budget, a tight budget, go to Dollar Tree, go to these discount stores, go thrift shopping. There's nothing wrong with that at all. And I have like one tip I didn't write down. I would say work on your credit. Um, Establish your credit before you move out. And honestly, I would say try to get a house instead of an apartment. In my opinion, it's better even if it's a small house. I would rather, if I could go back in time, I would just get my career established and get a house. Um, I think the pros of having a house just outweighs, the pros of living in an apartment. Um, Even if it's a mobile home, it's nothing like having something that you are going to own. Even though you're paying a mortgage on it, you're paying this mortgage on it, knowing one day, this is going to be yours. It's going to be under your name. And another thing is, like, especially if you like have a pet, like a dog, um, I much rather be in a house, where it's more convenient. It's more convenient. And another thing I have, this is coming from a person that's lived upstairs for a long time. If you can find a downstairs apartment, get a downstairs one, because it's just so inconvenient. Like if you have groceries or bags, and just carrying them upstairs, unless you live with a building that has like an elevator. But yeah, so those are my main tips for people that are thinking about moving out for the first time. If you have any other tips, feel free to comment below. This video is super long, so I'm gonna go now. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all the next time.